What's going on, everybody? Welcome back in here to another episode. This is the solo hardcore group Ironman, team size of 4. So let's just get right into what we are currently working on. So after the Zamorak trips, I did actually manage to get a couple of spears. They were very far into the kill count, so I actually did not, capture them on recording. Ended up just getting into too many hours of footage, and yeah, did not catch those live. However, I did get multiple stabs to the dead, and I got that God Sword shard. So there were some drops there. I did eventually get my spears. I had originally wanted multiple spears for potentially doing Corp down the road, but two will work for now, as I can guarantee just use one for a potential lance from a Hydra Claw upgrade, as well as I could just keep one as a hostile to use as a main hand weapon for TOA. So that was the main goal, and I'll also use it to tank with bandos. But so we went to Duradel again after our Zambi task. Um, I ended up getting another Greater Demon task, so I did more Zambi on all four of the accounts. That's when I ended up getting a lot of the spears. It was somewhere above 400 to 500 kill count is when I started getting my two spears. So went pretty dry on those. Um, wasn't too happy about that, but nothing I could do about that. So uh, the way that I will obtain new tasks, however, is that I have unlocked aviancies to be assigned from Duradel, so that I could potentially do Armadyl. And basically, if he decides to give me Greater Demons or Aviancies, I'll actually just sit on that task until the other accounts have revealed what they are going to get randomly. So when the other accounts finally figure out what task they are going to get as well, let's say two of them get Aviancies, right? And I have yet to roll my other two. Well, I'm not going to store the Aviancies even though I wanted to do Greater Demons, because I might just get a bunch of Aviancies on the others, and then that's convenient. It all lines up. Because storing tasks actually does take up 50 points, so typically I don't want to store unless I absolutely have to. But it was a lot of skips. I'm using hundreds and up to even 1,000 Slayer points on any individual account just to get the specific tasks lined up that I want. So that's obviously a huge dip into the points, but that's one of the reasons why I did so much Slayer and I have so many stacked up points. I had at least 6 to 8,000 points on each of the accounts. I guess the more that I did Slayer, the better I got at it, and ended up stacking a lot more points on some of the accounts. But regardless, what sort of happened is I got Aviancies on a couple of the accounts, and one of my third account had Aviancies stored from a previous time. So I didn't get a Slayer task on that. I just literally sought out and actually stored Greater Demons on the fourth account, and then kept skipping and finally got Aviancies actually fairly fast. So it was pretty nice. And here we are. We have an Armadyl task lined up. So I have tasks. I have an Armadyl Aviancy task on each of these four accounts. So currently killing some spiritual mages. So basically, this is how I have to get kill count, is I have to sit here and kill a ton of spiritual mages. So I actually brought 1,000 broad bolts, and I'm just gonna drop these afterwards. So as you can see, I started with about 1,000 broad bolts, and whatever I have left, I actually brought way too many. I'll probably only bring like a couple hundred, depending on how much I have left. Probably only uses about 100 bolts here. There's some dragon boots, but anyway, I do need to use a couple of prayer potions here to basically kill these, because they will obviously hit you pretty hard if you're not praying. So you have to definitely pray on these. Part of my gear has like the Falador shield. I've actually decided the Falador shield is going to be my best shield for the most part here. One is that it gives a high amount of prayer, so it gives actually 4 prayer bonus. Prayer bonus is going to go a long way. The other reasoning is that typically you just want magic defense, and I don't really have any good options for magic defense. Like, yeah, there's like that mind shield, but that's only like plus like 9 or something. It's not very much magic defense. So rather than have just a worthless shield that only has a little bit of magic defense, I'm just going to rely basically on my other defensive bonuses for magic and put on this as a shield because it gives prayer and it's going to give me quite high melee defensive stats because there will be a melee minion that's constantly, you know, going to be attacking you with melee. So you are susceptible a little bit to the melee minion, and then the mage minion, and then the mage from the boss. So typically, you will still want some of that melee defense as well as prioritizing mage defense. So yeah, currently still working towards getting that 35 KC that each of the accounts requires. This is another extremely important reason why I wanted to get my combat achievements to the hard tier, is that this knocks it down from 40 KC to 35. That is going to pay a lot of dividends here in the long haul here because doing this every Armadyl trip is going to really add up. So I do have chins that I brought. Of course, thankfully I remembered that. I'm going to be utilizing thralls again. So thralls, thralls, and thralls. So 3 of my accounts will be using thralls here. Actually undo that teleport so they all look nice and the same there. My 4th account that will be doing pot share similar to at Zami will be utilizing obviously potion sharing spells, which should save me doses in super restores as well as range potions. And then what I also can do from that is I can actually venge myself now. So I'll be constantly venging myself throughout maybe even the fight, venging other on my teammates whenever I'm waiting for the boss to respawn. So trying to keep up on that cooldown every 30 seconds, I believe. I can cast that, and basically, if all of my accounts have a pretty sizable, hit right off the bat from the boss, right, that could potentially venge back and hit for like, 15. So that's a lot of damage when you're multiplying that by like 3 or 4, right? Because I could potentially have all the accounts venged up in between fights. So definitely glad that I have that out of the way. Looks like I'm just about to finish 35 KC on this account. Still cleaning up over here. Still at like 20 some here. So I do have to use about 2 prey pots, it looks like here. Now I used my Fally Shield recharge on these 3 accounts here. So I actually was able to save a little bit in the prayer, but still have to use a lot of prayer. And actually this account has, so in order, looks like I actually didn't need the Zami robe, huh? So I kind of wasted that. That's fine, that's just 1 slot. So I guess I thought I had needed a Zamorak robe swap here, but it looks like I don't because I just have Zami boots. So yeah, as far as my gear goes, obviously I had 3 pairs of Zami boots, so that's pretty nice because typically you'll want Zami or Armadyl boots, and then but even having 4, like I have Pegasians, so I wouldn't be able to use my 4th set of Zami boots even if I had them because typically I would want the Pegasians on one of my accounts. But I do have a couple of bracers and such. So some of these accounts have Zami bracers or Armadyl bracers. Okay, these accounts have finished the kill count, so let's just move them aside real quick. I'd like to go hide back here. This is kind of like my little hiding spot because you can unequip god items and not be seen by some of these Armadyl followers. So, but yeah, so the gear I have, Zami boots. Obviously, Carol's top is incredibly strong here. I am wearing a Carol skirt. This is the only Carol skirt I have. I thought I had more than that, but it looks like that's the only one I have. And then basically just some standard gear, right? Like I'm going to be using the Fury. Now it is a Blood Fury, but you don't actually use charges. Yeah, see, so it's 5,469 still that. So you don't use charges when you're ranging or maging, so I don't need to worry about that. Um, and you obviously can't melee anything that's flying in the Armadyl layer. So yeah, I believe literally everything that is attuned as an Armadyl minion is flying, so you cannot ever melee anything Armadyl related. You have to use magic or ranged, technically. But yeah, so range cape on the one account that has 99 range. Wearing an Armadyl stole as my Armadyl item for this account. I don't have a lot of like duplicate bracers and such or chaps. It's like my only Armadyl chaps here. This is my only Armadyl bracers. This is my only Armadyl d'hide shield. So, limited on selection there, but I was able to find a decent amount of switches there. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to drop my broad bolts. I don't really care about these. I'm going to drop my broad bolts. Apparently that's considered valuable. No, it's only 30k. Okay. Yeah, so I only used like 60 broad bolts. Actually, this account used like 84. So kind of interesting how the Ava's procs are randomly going to work throughout, but I'll definitely only bring like 150 broad bolts per account. So what I actually did, this was kind of smart, is that I brought 4,000 on one account and then wore my myth grapple on the others, so I didn't have to waste an inventory space on any one but one of the accounts for broad bolts to get kill count. And then when I was in here, I unequipped my grapple and then dropped it, and then was able to trade each of my accounts a share of the broad bolts to use for kill count here. It just saved me a little bit of inventory space coming in, so I'm bringing in as much as I can, because yeah, this kill count process probably took about 20 minutes, plus the run here and gearing up and such. It's probably like a 30-minute prep time. Okay, one more for this account. So I have 35, blue number, that's good. The RuneLite client recognizes that I have the hard tier done, so it recognizes that 35 is enough to go in. So I will just be sitting back here. I will be waiting for the last account to get enough kill count. Let's hop to the same world here. 374 is one of my favorites. So I actually need to drop the Gommel's Hilt too. That's one of the things. So I brought teleport tabs to house on each account, so I do not need to worry about having a teleport out. I can just drop my Gommel's Hilt here, which should work out because that should save me another space here. It's nice to just have a lot of free inventory space going into the boss, because I'll be wanting to pick up bones and such. So being able to do that's nice. Let's drop the broad bolts here. Dropping all my broad bolts on each of these accounts. That's good. Okay, and then another way that I saved inventory space, you're like, well, you don't have bolts. Well, this account has my 21,000 diamondy bolts, so I'm just going to be trading each one of my accounts here a share of these, so that should be plenty. Okay, let's equip that. Basically, just need to trade, make sure I'm trading each one individually here. Probably going to just throw these in the group storage and then do the same thing next time as well. But this let me save a little bit of extra inventory space here. Last account here. Okay, 4,000, sure. 4,000's plenty. In fact, my Chinner might not even be using that much, but I will be switching to the crossbow to kill minions afterwards. Oh, and I did bring my blowpipe. So obviously, I'm using the best darts that I have, which is the best darts amethyst at the moment. I don't have any dragon, so this is basically just for the spec, for specking down the minions, I guess, is most likely going to be what I use that for. Let me actually trade this to this account here. Just going to trade him this little one dose prayer, because this account seems to be the lowest on prayer, so that way they're kind of all pretty high up here. So I will be brewing, I will be pre-brewing, and then potion sharing a super restore, and then potion sharing a range pot. So I have Bones to Peaches for bones in between Book of the Dead in my inventory to be able to cast the thralls, and then Rune Pouch with the associated runes. So I was originally going to use Spellbook Swap even on the fourth account with the Lunars, so I could Spellbook Swap into casting thralls, which means I would need a space for the Book of the Dead, and then I think 2 or 3 extra spaces worth of runes to be able to cast not only thralls but the Spellbook Swap spell, which requires like law runes, but then Cosmics and Bloods for the thralls. So it's actually like 4 spots of extra rune space that I needed to take. So it really cluttered my inventory. But I realized, well, one of the accounts is going to be chinning a minion, and I don't want the thrall to hit the minion. So what I did was I targeted my chins for the account that's on Lunars, so I don't need to mess with that. I'm pretty much going to be chinning a minion, and I wouldn't want the thrall to hit it anyway, so one of the accounts won't be thralling. But that was one of the things that I noted about doing Zami earlier, was that I want to bring Spellbook Swap as to be able to thrall on the fourth account as well. It just adds a little bit of damage, and I think that would help for Bandos as well. So that's going to be some of the strat going forward in Bandos or any return Zami trips. So, but yeah, I think we are ready to go here. So I cannot forget Quick Praise. Okay, that would be absolutely devastating here. So I think I will just throw on like Rock Skin as well on my Quick Praise, just to be safe. You know what? Actually, I really do want to, but I'm worried about the prayer drain. I think that's fine. I think it's fine. I don't think it'll drain too much prayer. So without rigor, basically, I want to use one of the defensive prayers, so Steel Skin, Rock Skin, Thick Skin, etc. Steel Skin obviously is better, but it drains faster. So I'm just sort of throwing onto my Quick Praise here a casual, like the 10% defensive one. They're actually very value in terms of prey drain. They do a lot, but they don't drain your prayer as fast as like Steel Skin would. So just to double check here, okay, I have prey range, prey range, prey range, prey range. So this is going to be one of the scariest God Wars for sure. And that's because there is no real tank. Armadyl kind of cleaves and hits every single one of your accounts. Let me go peek on this just to make sure no one's in here. No adventures. Perfect. Okay. So basically, Armadyl is going to hit all of my accounts at the same time, the entire time. Which means, okay, no one account is going to be singled out. However, if I were to somehow not have prayer on, I am just dead instantly. The boss hits constantly and hits upwards of 65, I think, to even 70 damage with a single attack, and he attacks very, very rapidly. So, okay, chins are on medium fuse. Let me just go over all my attack styles here. So rapid, 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 rapid. Of course, blowpipe for specs to heal eventually. So a couple pieces of gear that I will need to throw on. I guess it's just going to be this amulet, huh? Because all my other 3 accounts are just sort of camping, Zami, and armor items, which is nice. Saves me having to unequip or equip something else. Oh, actually, though, it looks like I do have two Carol skirts. So for some reason, I thought I only had one. Anyway. Okay, so I did use a range dose just to get kill count. So I should have pre-potted that, but that's fine. The boss does drop range pots. I think the limiting factor here is going to definitely be prayer in the long run, but we'll have to just see. Wondering if the boss just dies super fast, then prayer won't be a big issue here. But Bones to Peach will be for healing with the bones in between fights. Okay, so I want to do my pre-pot here, and we're going to jump right in. Not going to be chinning the first kill, so every account has thousands of bolts equipped that I traded over, so that's good. Just going to check. Okay, auto retaliate. I guess I'll just leave auto retaliate on. I don't think it's going to matter too much, but, as far as like clicking the boss, actually, I actually need this off, huh? Yeah, I think I need auto retaliate off. One is because at the start of each kill, the boss is going to start attacking me, and I actually need him to walk forward a few tiles. So I need to make sure I don't auto-retaliate to the boss, or the minions for that regard. So actually, yeah, auto-retaliate definitely needs to be off. Okay, I think we're ready to roll here. Okay, so I'm going to be drinking brew, 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 brew. Do believe I wanted just a little bit of sound effects here. So let's throw those on. There we are. Okay, we're all brewed up. Gonna be potion sharing. So actually my potion share is down below. It was a little bit switched up on me. That's gonna be annoying, but okay. I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna just avenge myself for good measure here. And then we're gonna share the ranged pot dose. Okay, everybody is potted, brewed up, ready to roll. Gonna be running in with all my overheads on here. So let's go ahead in here. Okay, and we're in. So we're just gonna be fighting the boss here. Gotta make sure my overheads do not ever drop. So that's gonna be one massive component here. And I do kind of need to constantly be scanning around for my health totals here, because any account could just start getting like murdered. A couple 20s, in which case I will want to brew up like immediately here. So okay, looks like it's going well so far. Some of my accounts here are getting targeted by the minions, so I need to make sure that I dodge that. Now that was a longer kill than normal, simply because I didn't have thralls up. I just was focusing on getting the boss down fairly quickly there, so. Okay, so I can use the altar on all of these accounts here. Okay. Okay, we have some bones, so gonna be picking up bones. Bones to peach tab. Let's actually take these range pots. These are gonna be very nice in the future. I don't really care about the loot here. So I'm gonna drop those there. Let's pick up bones here. Bones here. Yeah, so this is the tough part, is that, so yeah, I kind of have to brew already. And I need to watch out for my prayer here, because the boss is going to spawn very soon after each kill. Okay, so I do want chins on this account. I'm going to be putting on all my overheads now. Summon thralls. And then I need to be ready to bolt the boss as soon as he moves a couple tiles here. Okay, now we can all 3 bolt, and then this account wants to chin this minion here. Yeah, dipping actually kind of low here. Oh wow, this account's getting very low. Okay, so far so good. This account's at 50 health. I just need to be watching. Just start attacking. Basically get these minions cleaned up as fast as possible here. Kind of just scrambling around for bones at the moment. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult and challenging here. So, okay, so that's the melee minion. He is definitely hitting me pretty hard. Okay, so get prayers off here. Pick up bones. Just immediately bones the peach. Kind of need to brew up myself here. Unfortunately, I can't potion share yet. This account. Brewing up. Get everybody in the corner here. Yeah, this is a lot harder than Zammy. I can just tell already. So there, I'm going to be throwing that item down there. Do have some bones here I can pick up. Can't be fussing with the bones though too long, because after a while boss just basically was ready to spawn, so I'm gonna be pot sharing a boost here on a range pot. Okay, let's get overheads on, let's get thralls up. Thrall, thrall, thrall. And I'm ready to attack the boss here when he moves. About 2 or 3 tiles is when you want to attack him, and then I can start chinning this minion here. Forgot to equip my chins. But yeah, now this chin should reflect onto the boss here. Again, just watching all my health totals here. Does seem like some of the accounts are just getting shredded. So, don't have an ability to heal a ton. But yeah, okay, that was a much nicer kill. Maybe I just got a little bit unlucky there at the start, not sure. And then basically, yeah, I'm just kind of scrambling now. I can't really tell which account's being hit by which minion for the most part, so yeah, I will just be kind of scrambling to get some of those minions killed off. And it does look like, you know, this account got a significant amount of the bone drops, so that's fine though, because you know, definitely needed some health on there. Pick up bones here, save them for next kill, next round. Guess I'll start a little crushed nest stack as well. Keep everybody into the corner for the most part here. Yeah, I want to pick up this key piece because that's going to be annoying having to keep picking it up and such. Okay, this account I need to triple brew. This account was very low. Let's get a potion share. Pretty much every kill on a super restore. And then another potion share then on range pod, I guess, for that account. Now we'll just have to sit without it, so quick praise on, summon up the thralls, throw up avenge here, get the chins on. Okay, minion has been focused. Yeah, if I ever let my quick praise or something drop, then I'm basically dead. Okay, a couple accounts are dipping low here. Okay, let's get the mage minion down as well. Looks like I am sort of shredding though these minions up pretty good. So that is one nice thing. It's kind of difficult to get my blowpipe specs off. Okay, take off quick praise. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this room compared to Zammy, that's for sure. This is way more difficult. I would really like to get some manta ray drops. These guys drop mantas. They drop egg potatoes or something, mushroom potatoes. So those actually heal a lot as well. And that would be a good little safety net for in the middle of each kill. Not having to brew myself down, basically. So yeah, let's drop some of those 3-dose range pots. So one of these accounts brewed away his boost, so I'm gonna run to him on my potion sharing account, and I found out that I can actually potion share a single dose with him. Okay, everybody needs some of that. Let's get all my quick praise on. Thralls up, thralls up, thralls up. Okay, I think that's fine. He got a little bit closer than I had wanted, but just have to deal with it, so everybody should be focusing him. My god, if I ever don't put on prayers, I mean, every account is just dead. One slip up, and it's all over from there, so we continuing to chin. Yeah, definitely way more difficult than Zambi, that's for sure. I can definitely attest to that already. I will practically have to be brewing each one of these accounts up. So I'm kind of finding out here that it would have been nice to have my blowpipe on my Lunar's account, because so one of the issues that I'm noticing here is that my potion sharing account wants to share the super restores. However, I might need a super restore to be able to cast, because if I brew myself down too far, I don't have the high enough magic level to even cast the spell. So I'm gonna double brew now, since I'm probably gonna have to do that anyway. Gonna just be brewing this round because every account here is drastically low. Okay, you know, it could be worse here. It definitely could be worse. I need to get this off. I need to get this off. I need to get praise on. Just gonna top myself off. Can't forget that, guys. Quick praise. Definitely very challenging here, that's for sure. I managed to get everything off there. I'm sure the more I get used to this, the better off it'll be, and it does look like the boss is just getting absolutely disintegrated there, so switching off. Do want to focus the mage and the melee minion, because all my accounts are naturally praying ranged, so it doesn't really help to kill off that minion because I'm already praying range. So I would like to kill the meleeer or the major first. Okay, so that was actually a pretty clean kill. I'm still fairly high on most of these accounts, so that's going to be a little bit nicer. Let's see, does any account have several bones I can trade over? So typically I'll want bones on this account for sure here. So I actually want to just leave those on the ground here. We're just gonna, you know, I've told myself this at the start. I can't be skimping on bones to peach tabs. I'm pretty much gonna be using them every single kill on every single account, if I need, right? If need be. So I'm gonna actually start summoning thralls a little bit earlier here. I'm gonna drop a bunch of prayer for everybody because definitely need to start sharing that stuff. Okay, so chin's on, thralls are up, get quick praise off. Oh shoot. That was close, that was very close. Okay, get the chinner on. Wow, yeah, this boss can just hit you for like 20s constantly, and the minions can hit you. Yeah, definitely more challenging than Zammy. That's that's a no doubt right there. So definitely requires a lot of focus, but I am able to keep it rolling here. Again, just one of those issues is just I'm constantly getting chipped down. I don't have a blood fury to heal myself, so that's a massive issue that I'm sort of noticing. Let's just get this shared. Actually, altar's up, so let's go altar. Looks like this account can eat bones. That's good. Okay. This account we'll just have to brew. Okay, so yeah, going pretty smoothly here. Oh my god, that account just took so much damage so fast. Yeah, if I ever need a bail, I know where my teleport is at least. As long as I keep my supplies up, then I should have a decent time here. Okay, more range pods doesn't really matter. So many of those. I guess I should be a little bit more frugal with the range podding. basically just brew myself on each account, then do a push and share with group nearby, and then rearrange pot because yeah, every kill I tend to get chipped down pretty harsh, so pretty hard there. So just gonna be brewing him. Just gonna brew that account. Okay, there's some food finally. Just gonna double brew on this account, and then it looks like. Okay, so I need to share a restore here, and then get off a range pot share. That's good. Pick up these range pots. Let's juggle some of those. Did I get off a range boost? I think I did, right? It looks like everybody's boosted, so that's good. Get quick praise on. And I like to separate them because then I can confirm to myself that each account has overheads on. If I ever forget to do overheads at the start, then it's over for even just one account. Unless I can somehow notice. I am constantly glancing at the HPs as well. But yeah, definitely can't flick at all or do anything, change anything with those. So I did get some potatoes on this account. So this account's kind of chilling. Just need to basically be constantly watching out for the other accounts here. Alright, so I'm going to switch to Prey Mage until that minion is dead basically. Okay, now he's dead. Kill the meleeer here. Definitely helps to be on task because the boss is dying faster, everything's just dying quicker. So that is one good part. Drop that. Okay, let's start picking up bones here. Bones. Let's just eat up on this guy, pick up that range pot. So he's good, he's in the corner. This account didn't get anything, but that's fine. I have 3 potatoes. This account got some bones here and is kind of low. I'm actually going to drop some of these potatoes to the other accounts for the next kill. Let's see here, pick up the bones here. Okay, this account's fine. I'll just bones peach that right away. Okay, it looks like we're kind of alright here. I don't need to brew anybody, I don't think, just yet. I will throw a quick little venge off, so let's get thralls up now. I want thralls as late as possible, but I don't want to make it too late to where it's going to be a sticky situation here. So, chin's back on. Get ready. Okay, quick praise. Definitely need to be on. Quick praise. Okay, after 3 ticks into his movement is when... Oh my god, this account just got really low. Scared me, made me think that I didn't have... maybe I didn't have my prayers on, but definitely have my prayers on. I just got hit for some 20s there right off the bat. Okay, this is a little bit of a slower kill. Basically just click yellow, right? Like, if I just click yellow, then the rest of the accounts are doing enough damage here to where they should carry the kill. Wow, getting kind of wrecked on some of these accounts here, that's for sure. Holy moly. Okay, that account got kind of ravaged there. Actually, multiple of these did, so yeah, this is definitely getting pretty dicey here. So this looks like I'm gonna be doing a full share here, so let me just brew up everybody. Yeah, these accounts are way too low. Triple brew on there, gonna double brew here. Okay, that account's actually ridiculously low stats, so even this restore won't fully restore him, but that's fine. I'll just go with it and that. Work on picking up bones. So let's see, let's just grab a potato on here. Let's grab a potato up here. This account has the lowest amount of supplies so far. Okay, picking up bones wherever possible. Just convert those to peaches instantly because I might need them for the middle of the kill. Okay, let's get everybody in the corner here. Oh, nice, mantas. Can't get distracted though. Have to pick them up after this kill. Okay, everybody's got quick praise on. Come on, walk at me. There we go. Perfect. Didn't have my chins on. That's an issue. Try to loot these mantas in between here. Let's actually pick up that manta on another account that needs it. It's probably this account here. Looks like there's bones as well. Okay, make sure I do not drop prayer here at all. I think it's going to be easiest if I just instantly kill off the ranger actually, because then I don't need to worry. Well, I don't know. I was saying that because it might help for my chinner to stop wasting chins on it, but you know, I can't be worrying about a couple of wasted chins with this much duress happening. Okay, so this, it's definitely, you know, it was getting rough there, so I'm actually going to share this just that single prayer pot on this and this account because I saw he was kind of low as well. I am just going to be dropping most of these supplies over to the primary account though as time goes on here. Okay, do I need to brew this kill? I don't think I do. Let's go grab bones here. Bones here. Might as well just pick up like, the diamond bolts. Okay, I think every account's kind of chilling here. Let's just get off a group share on a restore. Let's get thralls up now. Actually gonna just minimize coins here, slowly but surely. Okay, get the chins back on. Okay, attacking the boss. Yeah, if I accidentally misclick a prayer orb and then don't notice it, like, that's it. Count's over, so. Yeah, this is going nicely because I'm not actually completely killing off the minion before he gets bolted down. So that's actually working out nice. And then, yeah, I will be targeting the mage minion. And then sort of as the volley of bolts from that kill him off, then I will target the... Actually, get some blowpipe specs finally off. There we go. Yeah, I dipped a little bit low there on some of these guys, but not a whole lot I could do about that. I'm gonna drop this, pick up supplies, grab bones. This account got a lot of the bones, so that's pretty standard. I will have altar now, so let's just convert those. Okay, mantis for this account, that's excellent because actually 2 of these accounts will need to brew up, so I am gonna brew up. Gonna go peach and then brew just to top myself off even more. May as well brew up if every account is gonna get boosted here. Okay, and then I'm gonna rearrange pot. That up. Okay, there's a manta on the ground there. There's bones here. Okay, every count spread. Looks like I do have altar. Ooh, okay, we'll use the altar next kill. We'll definitely use it next kill. Quick praise. Get my chins on. Okay, basically attack. And I know which account needs to attack the minion with the chin. So. Okay, I mean, this is just constant monitoring of health, right? Like right here, I just took a lot of damage there. Oh my god. But see, luckily, it's only that account, right? It's only that account that's kind of getting crucified, right? The other accounts are kind of chilling. You know, I do have that steel skin still on, so... Or rather, rock skin. It's the 10%. Okay, we have alter this kill, so let's use alter here. Gonna have to juggle the peach on this guy because... Okay, this account's good. This account... I guess I can just eat these peaches. We're just gonna have to make do there. Drop some brews for him for next kill. Gonna be taking this. I'll just eat a potato. Okay, I'm just gonna be chilling here. Gonna summon thralls now, avenge myself. So I'm just gonna have to pick up some of these bones on this account. Let's minimize these coins, like I said, just to alleviate some of that clutter. There we go. Now we mostly see only supplies. Okay, so every account should be good. Fully topped off on prayer. Let's get the chins on here. Okay, getting ready to attack the boss. 1, 2, 3, and 9. I'm good. So after about 3 movements of the boss, when the boss spawns, you can't actually focus him yet. That's because he won't move once you're targeting him. So basically, you have to not attack him right away. And then he will be able to walk forward. Once he walks forward about 3 spaces, then you want to target him on your other accounts because that will keep him standing still. And then he's right on top of where the minion is, so his southwestern portion is what it needs to connect with, and then you should be able to chin the minion, which will deal splash damage to the boss there. So okay, so a lot of food actually here. Let's focus up. Let's come over here, pick up these mantas. Okay, I'm just gonna be able to eat peaches. This account's good. Okay, we'll eat that 1 bone there. Let's just drop those coins. They're just cluttering my inventory. Let's move the frozen key piece down. Okay, I got the frozen key piece. Won't have to deal with that later on. I do want to bank that on each of these accounts though. Okay. Let's just get a share off on a prayer pot because we're pretty well off here. As well. We'll just boost the range pot there. Okay, get quick praise on. Get thralls up. Chins are on. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. There you go. You want to target the boss now. And should be able to chin him. So now his southwestern corner is next to this other minion. So that tiny circle shadow that you see. You kind of want it in that sort of pattern every single time here. Okay, getting kind of wrecked here. Boss is about to die though. Not really able to utilize my blowpipe to its fullest, but I'm learning I'm going to be putting that probably on my chinning account. That way, since I'm switching anyway to another weapon into the crossbow to stop wasting chins, I will just be swapping over to that and then be able to easily pop off specs as well as not have to brew myself as low. Basically, if I don't have to brew myself down as low, then I won't be too low to be able to cast the lunar spells that I need to cast. Okay, so I'm gonna be just doing a ton of brewing here. Go combo that. Okay, every account's fully topped up. Let's share that. Let's just drop some of these ranged pots and supplies. Let's get off a boost here as well. Let's get everybody tucked into the corner here. Rolls up now while I have a chance. Okay, quick praise on, get my chins back on. Okay, ready to attack the boss here. And hit. and minion. And just like clockwork, oh my god, I just took a couple 20s right off the bat. But luckily I had just freshly brewed to 115 with each account there. This was kind of what I was talking about earlier in a previous video. I talked about how the damage that I take might just be a little bit too cumbersome to where I might need to do something drastic like angler myself every single kill, which I obviously don't want to do. Okay, at least the blowpipe does smack when it does hit. That's pretty good. Okay, I want to pick up these supplies on this account, make sure I'm topped off with tons of restores and range pots to share. Pick up bones on everywhere where I can. Looks like this is going to be another brew round because I'm just taking way too much damage here across the board. It's fine. We kind of expected this, right? I mean, I think he's dying fast. It's just does a lot of chip damage in the process here. So gonna be just, yeah, we're gonna go with another brew round here. So brew, I'm gonna share this. Might as well pop Venge on myself. Get Thralls up now. I kind of want to switch some quick praise over to the steel skin here as well. I'm realizing that I think the prayer is just going to be worth it. I can quickly do that before he spawns. Okay, let's get chins on, get everybody in the corner. Quick praise are on. Everybody's topped up. And we wail away. I actually got a big XP job. I misclicked on the boss there and hit the boss with a chin, which is very rare because he has extremely high defense. Okay. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Some account is very low here. Need to save him by killing this melee minion on him. Luckily I do have a Manta though, so I can heal a lot of that back up. Nice, okay. Just cast that because I need to pick up bones, just heal this guy up. Okay, that I can eat a peach. There's a bone. Okay, this account was still full, so that's good. Let's get him in the corner here. Okay, this was the account that got murdered, so let's eat up. Gonna double brew. And then, so I'm actually not going to, you know what, I brewed on that account, so I'm going to have to. Let's do this, and let's rearrange pod everybody. Quick praise on, the thralls up. Ready to hit this boss. Doesn't move right off the start, which is tricky. Okay, there you go. And let it roll. I mean, another option would be to potentially chin with 2 accounts on this minion. Because that would still be plenty of accounts that are hitting the boss directly. Oh my god. Got an item. Yo? Already got an item. Okay. I mean, it's not the best item, but hey, you know, we gotta take it when we get it. Okay, so luck is already better than Zammy, that's for sure. Was not getting very many drops at Zammy at all until like the very far end, so hey, we'll take it. Armadyl helmet there. Coming on the ground there. That's really nice. Okay, so before I get too distracted, I need to drop a ton of supplies over. So I'm gonna be dropping those and these restores. Pick up that peach. Let's just hit the altar up because I think every account's fairly high health. It's a good time to altar. Pick up bones wherever I get them. I might want to highlight these bones actually. Yeah, I'm gonna just start highlighting bones now because I need to know where they're at. It's kind of difficult to find them, basically. Okay, every account's pretty good. Unfortunately, I can't use it. If it were any other piece, I could actually use it. Okay, let's get thralls up. Quick praise on. Okay, now let's just be ready for the boss to spawn. Okay. Okay, another little tactic that I just sort of utilized there was I started hitting the... So if the boss doesn't move right off the start, I started chinning the minion before he even got there, because that's going to basically queue up that action to be happening already. So basically then when he does move, he'll just start getting hit by the chinning effect. And I think it should work out if I do it that way. So let's see here. I do want to, yeah, let's highlight bones. Okay, turn off prayers. Wow, some of these accounts are getting destroyed. Okay, so this, I do need to combine a lot of these because... Okay, let's just go with this. I need to pick these up. Okay, this account needs... Okay, this account needs the food. So let's pick up all that. Okay, we can just do that. Basically, okay, just kind of wasting tabs because I need to just open up some inventory space for this guy. It's getting a little bit clustered. Okay, still have 27 seconds. That's fine. Not too much of a rush here. Let's eat to full on here. Let's eat to full on here. Alright, just gonna have to roll with this. Let's get thralls up. Praise. Oh god, getting a little close there on the quick praise. Yeah, and that's working out nicely. The only issue would be if the boss decides to not move for an extremely long duration there. Then I could start doing too much damage to the minion, but I don't, from the looks of it, it hasn't been happening. So, okay. Some account is just getting savaged here. Let's hit this minion finally. Yeah, it's tough to use my blowpipe because it's on the wrong account here. In fact, if I completely uncharge it and quickly trade it over, I might be able to get this off real quick. Let me just trade that to him. Perfect. Throw those in, throw the darts in. Alright, so we have our plan underway there. Let's tag the big bones here as well. Tag bone, and I need to tag normal bones. I'm gonna have to be doing this on all 4 counts, so it'll take me a minute. Mantas, those are excellent. Let's see, okay, this account needs bones tagged. Until I get all the bones and such tagged, it's gonna be a bit of a scramble here. I might need to brew during this kill, but I do think I have enough peaches and such to stay full here, so let me just, okay, make sure you get prayer on. I'm just so paranoid about not having my prayers on at the start because I'm basically dead then. So there, he's taking a while and I'm on the minion, so I might do too much damage to it. but it looks like it was alright. I hit some fairly low numbers there. Okay, this account might need to brew. I'm just going to eat that Manta and then focus on this different account here. Yeah, okay, getting kind of wrecked. Just going to double brew and then hit the boss again. I'll still do decent damage to the boss. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Okay, let's just switch some prayers here because some of these accounts, once I kill that range minion, I just try to switch some prayers up if possible. Okay, so this account brewed a lot and doesn't really have anything left. So we'll have to keep brewing. Just drop a couple of these brews in case he needs them. Just gonna be eating up here. Just gonna keep brewing. I'm just gonna drink a Superstore. Okay, it looks like my main account kind of got like all the bones here, which kind of sucks. I would hope they would be a little bit more distributed. Okay, let's just brew up basically everybody. And let's share restore. Let's just share a prayer pot just in case here because some of these were low. And then we're gonna be restoring. Yeah, okay, we're full on everybody. Okay, there's one bones out there. Let's get that and then head back. The corner. Okay, let's get thralls up, get the quick praise on. And just on repeat, so hopefully we get lucky here. Chin's on. Just gonna start chinning that minion, which works out, because then that's just one less click that I have to get on. Yeah, big 200 XP drops on the boss are nice to see from my ults, and then my chinner is just getting constant small amounts of XP, so. Okay, that's dead. Let's switch to the blowpipe here, and then I can just get off a nice juicy spec on him. And yeah, this actually works nice because then I'll just target the ranger with my main. And if I can bring him down low, I think I'm taking a lot of residual damage after the kill just to these minions because I'm a little bit slow with, basically getting on them right away. So I will just pick that brew back up. So yeah, altar's up in about 2 minutes. Let's see here. So I kind of want to mark a tile for each account here. So I'm going to mark that one for him, this one for him, this one for him, and then this one for him. That way now they each have their own like little tile to stand on, and that way I wanted to do that because I want to know if all of my overheads are on, so I want to make sure that I'm getting to a different tile. Now that'll obviously probably screw up when I close Runelight and whatnot, but okay, let's get thralls up. Just bones to peach that single bone because it's always just worth it. Oh, better give everybody prayer. Throw a quick little venge on, get the chins on. Beautiful. So I only got one chin off before the boss reached that minion. This account's kind of low. Just gonna eat that Manta. Every other account's pretty good. Boss is still pretty high health. I guess the bolters are just not hitting, but still plenty of health left on the chinning minion. So I'm hoping that there's some good splash damage there. And there we go, so. Okay, looks like some of these guys are being targeted by the meleeer rather than the others, so. Nice. Okay, so I do have altar soon. I'm wondering if I want to do altar this kill or just try to eat. Looks like most of the accounts are pretty high health. Let's see if I trade this account a Manta Then I should be able to eat him up to basically 99. And then I think I can just sit here and not brew. So I will be able to actually drop these bones. I'm actually going to hit up the altar this time. Just get everybody to full prayer. It's very nice to have that maxed out prayer. Okay, spread out. And yeah, I'm not getting off too many venges on other accounts than I thought because it's just very chaotic. Okay, get the chins on. Definitely can't be fussing with. Okay, so I'm ready to target the boss here. Almost didn't catch it, but you have a couple windows there. You have about 2 chances to catch him. If you don't get him on the earliest possible timing, then you do have another chance. And yeah, it's pretty stressful. Definitely high attentiveness required to do this. But yeah, you know, it's working out a little bit nicer than I had thought. So that's something, right? Let's see if I can get a nice blowpipe spec off there. It's nice. Okay, just target him, get him. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with the. I'm definitely fine with. I guess I'm sort of okay with the steel skin that I decided to start using. My prayer's not draining as fast as I would be worried about, so just make sure I pick up these bones. I will actually go with a double brew and save that peach actually. So I am going to be brewing this kill. So let's eat a couple peaches and then go brew. We'll brew basically every account. Okay, now let's go with the restore here. Let's drop 4 restores and some range pods for this guy. Okay, restored everybody. Now let's range pod everybody. Get thralls up. Quick, quick, quick. Now quick prayers. And ready to go. Chins on. Definitely more difficult than it looks. I will say that. If it looks at all easy, it is not in the slightest. Recording's actually going on for quite a while now. I'm just hoping to get some drops and such, but I'll probably pause the recording and just focus on like re-recording if there's some drops or something. But yeah, this is way more difficult than I had even anticipated, I guess you could say. Just requires a lot of focus. The damage potential is not that high across the board, but it's happening to all 4 counts, and that's a huge issue, right? So that's one of the massive differences to Zammy, is that all 4 of the accounts have sort of something to watch out for. So potatoes are always nice, mantas are always excellent. See, that account didn't even get scratched, but so yeah, the damage variance, it's gonna happen across the board. I might as well pick up crushed nests while I'm at it. I can do that. I can bones the peach. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes in the long haul here. Alright, so it looks like, yeah, no further items, but we did get a handful of KC this trip, so that's good. Down to the wire here, basically out of supplies. Just going to be trying to squeeze in however many kills more we can do. Yeah, so the blowpipe on the Lunar's account is definitely the play. Quick praise before I get complacent here. just because he's able to stay topped off fully, and then with that, I never need to worry about accidentally brewing myself too much, because what was happening is, well, that account was just taking a lot of damage, and when he takes a lot of damage, I have to brew like 3 to 4 doses and then restore that to be able to cast the lunar spells again. Okay, so everybody's kind of dipping low here. Okay, so we're gonna dip on this account. If we got a drop, we could pick it up on this guy's. Okay. I actually just had to dip on that account. I dropped to 47 HP, was not going to sit here and risk that. Let's just switch to prey melee and this last minion's melee. Alright, it's a pretty successful trip. Wasn't really getting a ton of food drops, I feel like. Just, I guess, poor RNG. I did get a couple of the ranged potion drops, which is nice. But I definitely don't have the supplies to do another kill, so we'll just be tabbing out, and off we go. So yeah, the spoils of war, basically. Armadyl helmet that was received just a little bit ago, and yeah, so that's a decent item, right? I guess technically you don't really need all the Armadyl pieces, like for Missouri, because you can break down multiple helmets. So hey, that's one more helmet into breaking down and upgrading a basically Missouri fortified piece. So I guess just throw that in the group storage for now. Bank all my supplies and I guess re-gear, because so we're still at like 150, 130, 130, 140 aviancies. So barely used this task up. Let me see. This account will definitely chew through the task a little bit quicker. It looks like, okay, 103 killed. Good thing he got a big like 244. Yeah, because I got 40 more KC than the other accounts because I'm chinning. So that's kind of an issue, is that I will run out of tasks sooner, and this is my chinning account. But I do think, you know, with Anguish and off task, I'll still hit pretty decent. You know, obviously on task would give me a few more max hits, but because the minion is such low defense, the chin should still hit off task, and I could probably just finish out whatever trip I'm on. So this account, it did 65 out of 220, so, you know, what's that? It's about 160, 155-ish kills remaining to go. Yeah, it's obviously displayed right here. So if I did 65, and half of this would be about, what, 77, 78? Potentially 2 more trips are in store, and I didn't really feel like, well, I mean, yeah, there was some RNG to the drops of food, but realistically, like, I was going to be low on prayer. I mean, this is all I had left with super stores. This 1 4-dose and a single dose. I did have an altar coming up, so I could have altered, and then this probably could have carried me through a couple more kills after the altar. But yeah, realistically, you're going to have to teleport out at some point just due to prayer restraints. So as much as I would like to bring more like brews and such for survival, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because basically I need more restores as well. So I think that was a decent amount of supplies taken. I took about 3 range pots per account, about 7 to 8 restores. It does take about 2 full prey pots to get kill count, which obviously stinks, but I'm saving a lot of, you know, I think I'm saving a lot of space by trading bolts over. So like for broad bolts, for example, I could just use diamond bolts to get KC. That would save me even bringing the broads, but bringing the broads is only technically 1 space per account. Just takes a little bit more time to trade over, but you know, that was about a 2-hour trip. I was in that room for about 2 hours. So let's just bank this key piece as well. Yeah, thralls do a lot of work, obviously. You know, there's a lot of zeros that are hit, I'm sure. Yeah, the thralls just constantly chipping down the boss definitely helps out um, pretty much. He has extremely high defense, so if those rubies aren't procking and popping off, or sorry, the diamond E bolts not procking, you don't really hit that well. I mean, very rarely will you actually hit like a big bolt when it wasn't a diamond proc. Most of the damage is coming from the chins. About maybe 2 of the kills, what would happen is the minion would actually get killed off from the chinning right before the boss died, or as it died. So I didn't have any issue with having to basically turn the crossbow and bolt the boss. So that's a good ratio, but the boss does have about 100 more health. That means that in the worst scenarios, I was only dealing about 100 damage with my other 3 bolting accounts, which is not very much. So, I mean, it might be actually a good idea to chin on 2 accounts. I know that's kind of crazy, but like since most of the damage is done with chinning, it seems, maybe just chinning out that minion a little bit faster, and then the boss will take a lot more damage. But then he'll be taking one less, bolts every single attack speed, for the Diamond E bolts, which did add up to bring him down. So the ratio might get a lot worse, where the minion's just gonna die super fast, and then I have to 4x bolt the boss. I'm really not sure. I don't think that's gonna be worth it. Again, my strategy was to just start throwing a chin on the minion even if he doesn't move right away. So if he doesn't walk to the minion super early, because he can just sit there and then range you over and over. But eventually he will try to do a melee attack, so he starts walking at you. And this only happens if you aren't targeting him with any account. If you're attacking him with any account, then he does not move. He will never start walking towards you. So at the start, I have to not start bolting him right away. In rare scenarios, he can go 4 or even 5 attacks without moving. So he's just standing in the middle, and I'm unable to DPS him. So what I would do is, if he doesn't move right off the bat, since I have the right click ready to attack on a bolter, I will then just switch over to the chin account, target the minion early, so that way whenever he does walk up, then I can click him with the bolter immediately, and then my chinner is already just tossing chins, so it might get an extra chin out, like a couple game ticks earlier, which might end up might help speed up the kill. And I mean, you do this for like 40-50 kill trips. I want to actually see what my KC is total here. See, some of these attacking accounts, see, this guy only has 9 KCs. Some of these ults that are bolting don't get the kill very often. This account has 25, so that's 34. 10, that's 44. And I assume this guy's at about 10 as well. 44, only 7, so 44. That's 51 KC to the boss. That's pretty good. Typically, you're only going to get about 20 kills for a solo trip with chinning, because you just take so much damage. So it was a little bit farmable. I do think I can probably increase that to like 55, closer to 60 kills. Not sure. I was using steel skin. I switched to steel skin. I might go back down to just that rock skin prayer, or maybe even the lower one, if that saves me a lot of prayer, and then I can just maybe bring extra bruise if I get a little bit more efficient with the killing. But again, it did just come down to, I think, the boss just wailing on me. Basically what was happening is the boss would just hit you with the magic attack that he has, so you end up taking a lot of damage that way. I actually don't think that the steel skin is going to be as helpful, because I do think it does slightly help with your magical defense in some properties, but I don't know. I'll try doing a full trip without any defensive prayer, and that should save me a ton of prayer over the long haul. And then again, I'll just bring the same like 8 to 9 restores each, and then maybe bring an extra couple brews, and then see how long that trip can go. I've been getting better with switching to the minions right off the bat, and once my method kind of got a little bit perfected down the road, switching to the minions right away. I target the mage minion with as many people as I can. And once the mage minion's down, the ranger, I will typically switch to my blowpipe and finish him off because he's typically low because I'm chinning him. So once he dies, then I'll switch to overhead prey melee on all the accounts, even actually slightly before I even target the melee, as long as they were still on the mage, they're not really wasting any attack speed. And if I can do that, then I'll take 0 damage because the other 2 minions should be dead by then. That was really helping to alleviate some of that little bit of chip damage afterwards from minions, because it is just kind of chaos as to which one's targeting which. I do think they switch up randomly too, so if one's on one of the accounts, I can't really just know it's going to stay on there indefinitely. But yeah, gonna be prepping to go back most likely here, so I think what I'm doing is I'm just banking all of my diamondy bolts into the group storage. Actually, that's the wrong thing, I'm banking them. So I'll bank all these into the group storage. Oh, that's why, because there's someone in there. Gotta love doing that. It's a constant struggle of not knowing which accounts are doing what, I guess. But yeah, Armadyl helmet, definitely not bad. I mean, we'll take it. It would have been great to get an Armadyl skirt even, or obviously chest plate. Chest plate's the best piece. The skirt's really, really nice too. So getting a skirt would mean that I could probably drop, so right here, these Sarah chaps, I would wear the Armadyl skirt, and then probably throw these Armadyl bracers onto a different account here that's using these Barrow's gloves potentially, and then I don't know, I guess technically Barrow's gloves are pretty good. Let's actually look at the difference here between the bracers and that. So these give me 11 ranged offense, and these give me 12 ranged offense, so basically the same there. But it looks like Barrow's gloves are way better on defensive stats, except for magic. So actually, I mean, these even give 1 prayer, so I don't know. It's very minor differences there. I guess I would prefer the Armadyl bracers over Barrow's gloves, simply because, yeah, maybe even any bracers, to be honest, if I have God bracers, but I'll have to check the other accounts. But yeah, that's going to kind of wrap up the video here. Gearing up, going back, I'll definitely do so, and I might just hang on to these tasks, finish these out. I'll have to keep getting Armadyl tasks with AVNCs, I think, because the setup in my gear took quite a while, and they're a little bit shorter trips, so I like that. Plus, I'm kind of done with Zammy. So, I'm not done, but yeah, if I get 3 Greater Demon tasks, then I'll have to obviously re-gear and go back to Zammy. But I could also do Bandos at literally any point, so I don't need a Slayer task for that. What I would do is I would just go there. My tank will be using a Zammy Hosta as his main weapon, and the other 3 accounts will have Dragon Warhammers for specking and a Tentacle Whip. And then I think just obviously using a Blood Fury for each account as well to help try and stay topped off. Bandos is a bit more of a beast than Zammy, although Zammy can crit your tank. Typically he won't do that very often, and the arc lights being on task just absolutely shred him. So if hammers miss on Bandos, then it's going to actually be quite troublesome. So a lot of that's going to come through thrall damage, and I will be activating a 4th thrall with the spellbook swap through my Lunars account. So yeah, a lot coming up here in the future. This was sort of the Armadyl showcase, and yeah, hopefully we get some drops from it. It was pretty intense. It was definitely more difficult than Zammy, because you do have to constantly monitor all the accounts' health, and if your overheads drop at all, you're just instantly dead, because he attacks every single account in the room at the same time. That's really difficult to multitask. Whereas with Zammy, if one of my attackers drop prayer, I'm absolutely fine, because I'm full HP and the boss isn't even focusing me. Typically the minions don't even hit you, rarely. So anyway, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to comment and subscribe if you liked the video. Stay tuned for more God Wars content coming up with some Bandos and maybe even Sarah down the line. We'll see. I might want to get a ZGS to freeze her, but yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.